Yeah, that solo that they've created for her in there, the space that they've created anyhow for her to just go off. I love that. I mean, it just kind of gets her going, like you said, and sort of sets the tone for the rest of the show and her guitar work.
Gets everybody warmed up.
I have to say, just kind of like piggybacking on what Jay was saying and sort of building on that a little bit. So, first part of the show was kind of, I think, what you probably would have expected if you knew this band well pretty well, and going back and playing a few of the I Am the Moon songs. I kind of figured we'd get like a little bit of an I Am the Moon set, and then a little bit of old school. I mean, going back to Part of Me was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's always a crowd favorite and just a beautiful song. And then what was, I thought, pretty amazing was pulling out the Stones, the Heartbreaker.
Yeah, early.
Makes sense, for New York City, but man, I mean, I think that really blew some people away. I mean, that's something that they started doing fairly recently, I think, maybe within the last year. When they started playing that, but it hasn't been like in the regular heavy rotation, I feel like. And I thought it was perfect.
Summer tour, maybe. I think
it started this summer in Jacksonville.
Maybe just the summer.
When he said the first line, when he said New York City, the crowd went nuts.
Yeah.
And Mike kills the vocal on that. I mean,
Police
so
in New York City.
So good. Yeah, Heartbreaker was one of those where they were like, okay, we need to bring the energy. It's MSG, and they went out.
Yeah.
I Am the Moon. Did you guys catch on I Am the Moon? Susan forgot a few starting.
Oh yes.
A little bit of a hitch. A little bit of a hitch there. Yeah, a little speed bump. But you know what? I said to my buddy, I was like, she just humanized the experience for everyone in the room. It's like, she's, they're professionals, but like nobody's perfect. And so, she missed one line. It was like, all right, well, she's human, it's cool.
Totally. I think they were figuring out some of that energy stuff initially too. Like it took them, a few songs to really figure out, all right, 16,000 people in MSG for us. What does it really mean? And as usual.
It definitely humanizes them and her and the band when there's, they show that they're not perfect. But I do wonder if maybe they were planning on recording or using this for something, because that is probably not ideal. But I can almost hear when Susan sometimes occasionally, flubs a lyric or something. You almost hear sort of a refocusing of her and the band in the aftermath, and they almost take it out on the music. Like,
they make up for it almost.
Like when the ref makes a bad call or something, or you make a mistake in sports, and then the next play you kind of like not give it extra, but maybe that is the case. Like I kind of hear it almost like vocally and in the way she sang the rest of the song, the power and the heartbreak and just really dove into the song itself. And of course, Derek complements that perfectly, and like every I Am the Moon solo is just better than
it's as usual. It's insane.
Getting back to forgotten lyrics, I have a date October 22nd, 22 in Oslo, Norway. I'm playing with my emotions. Derek does a killer solo, and Susan starts to sing, and she can't remember the lyrics. It's her song. And Derek goes through the song, and then Susan tries again, and she can't remember it. It's very charming. Go back on, and listen.
I think I heard this. I think this one happened to be one of the ones that was recorded. There were a few Europe shows that were recorded.
Back, but with a laugh, and it's just very charming. Go listen to it. It's really good.
Well, it's still a newer song on the set, and there's a lot of I Am the Moon songs, and like I've talked about how they were kind of like, as we learn to not love them, but learn to get to know the songs, let's say, like they are doing the same. They just have to play them also.
It's amazing.
Does it? I mean, honestly, to memorize so many lyrics of so many. I mean, if you think about the canon of work, the body of music in there that they play,
150 to 200 songs.
Yeah, and to have to remember all those. And granted, if it's a newer song, she'll pull the the music stand out. She'll have some lyrics in front maybe, but like for the most part, no, she's memorizing all those. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. Good song though. It's very charming.
I was going to go back to playing with my emotions was really good, and they were trading licks towards the end. As one of the guys said, it kind of heats up as it goes along, and I don't know if you caught it or not, but one of the things I love to see, Derek busted a string at the end of Playing with My Emotions. I mean, he was getting after it.
I was going to say his solo on that song was like, whoa! He took a song to a whole other level.
Yeah. And when he busts one, that usually means you're going to have a pretty darn good night. That he's working it pretty hard.
That's his quote. It's a good night when you're breaking strings.
Yeah, yep. So he did really on Playing with My Emotions. Second song in, I was like, wow, this is going to be great.
Yeah, he's bringing it.